Hello Land Rover enthusiasts. I am super excited to post this one for sale today because it is so rare and so very cool. This is the 1988 Land Rover 130 with the 3.5 liter V8 and 5-speed manual trans. Now, I'm going to try to condense as much information into this video as possible. So if you stick with me, I'll show you the inside, the outside, the underside, and even a little bit of on-road, off-road driving. Now this is a UK import. So it's right-hand drive, and it is now located here in Michigan and comes with a clean, clear Michigan title. Now there's not a whole lot of these 130s for sale in the United States, and even fewer of them with the utility box. So this very well could be a one-of-a-kind Land Rover in the United States. Now the utility box is about 6 feet wide, so it could easily sleep 1 or 2 people. It's great for camping. Rear cross member is in great shape. Roof rack is massive, almost 12 feet long and 5 feet wide, so just under 60 square feet of storage up there. Easily could hold a 5x8 tent and some chairs, or just a massive amount of gear. Now, a couple things you want to look for when you're buying a Defender are clean doors, bulkhead, footwells, and chassis. And I will show you in this video that this vehicle passes all of those areas with flying colors. The doors are in great shape. Rear seats, no rips or tears. And I'll show you later on in the video the chassis. A little bit of storage under the rear seats here. And the doors all shut, nice and flush and solid. And this door also, no rust on the bottoms here. Great shape. Now the footwells, normally where they rust is up here at the top. But as you can see, that's all original factory metal, no rust. And nothing has been welded or repaired on that, except for the floor pans here, which we did put new metal in. But other than that, they are pristine. Front seats as well, no rips or tears. Great shape. We do have a little bit of corrosion here at the top of the door. Paint started to bubble. Bulkhead. We did have new corners welded in professionally, so that is a massive job out of the way that you don't have to do. So other than that, the bulkhead is in perfect shape. Now this is the 3.5 liter V8, which is actually a Buick 215. Came from the factory with about 140 horsepower, give or take. So if you wanted to spice that up a bit, you could add a Harley 4-barrel and a hot cam. But right now, as is, it runs and drives great. It's got a new ignition system, and it does have headers, so it gives it a little bit extra horsepower, maybe 1 or 2. In the front here, we have a winch bumper with the 9,000-pound X9 Super Winch. So this is a Land Rover Special Vehicles Edition. Special Vehicles Factory is where Land Rover sent all their special order custom builds. So in 1988, this was ordered to be a 130 utility vehicle for the National Grid Company in the UK. And they fleet maintained it until 1997. And then the second owner was a gentleman from Essex who owned a horse farm and kept it there until I bought it. So really it's only a 2-owner vehicle. Now, the odometer does say 3,000 miles, which we all know is not true. MOT history shows that in 2016 or 2015, the vehicle had 165,000 miles on it. And then in 2016, the odometer read 200 miles. So we know between 2016 and 2015, the odometer is replaced and it's only done 3,000 miles since then. So 165,000 miles total, give or take 168. That's roughly 5,500 miles per year, which is really nothing. It's pretty low mileage. And also the engine has been replaced by the gentleman who was the second owner, and he also rebuilt the gearbox as well. So you can tell when you're shifting gears in this thing that it selects each gear very precisely, and it's very solid. So we'll go ahead and start it up now. So it fires right up. Fuel gauge works, no warning lights on, temperature gauge works. very robust V8. Runs nice and smooth. Okay, now we'll go for a ride. So now I'll show you acceleration, braking, gear changes, and all that good stuff. Okay, now I just want to take you underneath the vehicle and show you the condition of the underside. We'll start here with the swivels. The seals are in great shape and they're holding in the oil as they should. Front drum irons. That's a notoriously rusty area, but these are in excellent shape on both sides. And here's your VIN stamp right here. And this chassis is, in my opinion, excellent. And I don't see anywhere that it has been welded or repaired. And this is another example of what I'm talking about. There's a date stamp right here, and you normally don't see stuff like that because these frames are normally covered in rust or wax oil or some kind of rust proofing, but this one is in excellent condition. Battery box, rust-free, outriggers are in great shape. And this control arm bracket has the serial number right there. You normally don't see stuff like that. I mean, I never have. Wheel wells are replaced with aluminum. Bottoms of the frame rails, that's where they normally rust out. These are in excellent shape. Now this is the original crossmember, and it's all in great shape. And I would say 90% of these Land Rovers that come from the UK have had their rear crossmember replaced. So that tells you that this vehicle has been kept high and dry most of its life. And this is another example here. The metal, once it starts to go bad, will separate here and fatten up a little bit. But you can see this rear crossmember is in excellent shape. Okay, bottoms of the frame rails on the driver's side as well, nice and solid. Outriggers as well on the driver's side, great shape. And there's also a date stamp right there, 14 October 87. That's this chassis' birthday. Okay, so I have driven this vehicle a couple hundred miles in the past week or so, and I just recently checked the fluids on the differential and the transmission, and they are right exactly where they need to be. So these are not leaking. Oil pan, maybe a slight leak out of the oil pan, but nothing too serious. Front axle, very clean, very leak-free. Rear axle as well, very clean and leak-free. You can even see a serial number here on the axle. And on the diff, there's a stamp there and a stamp there. So all in all, I would say this underside and chassis are in excellent condition. So we're in first gear now and low range. Diff lock is on, and I'm just letting the engine do the braking downhill, and it's doing a great job.